Hey there, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. My personal favorite Critters film, Critters 2, The Main Course. Which I love that cover. It's a great cover. Remember that VHS cover. Now, it's a few years later, Scott Grimes, who's the kid in the first movie, has come back to see his grandmother, which is this lady here. I like the idea it takes place on Easter. I thought that was a good choice. Because you have the scene where the kids are playing and coloring some eggs, including some critter eggs. You have the death scene with the guy, the new sheriff, and the Easter Bunny suit, which is one of the more memorable scenes in the movie. And there's not many horror films that take place on Easter, so yeah, it was nice to be a little bit different. Scott Grimes, I like as an actor. I thought he did a good job in the first film. He was also in this film that I wish would get a DVD release or Blu-ray. I wish it did. Because it's only stuck on VHS. It's called Nightlife, also known as Grave Misdemeanors. But usually it's called Nightlife. And Scott Grimes, and I think, I forget his name. Scott Grimes is a guy who stuck working with his uncle, I believe, in this, pick up bodies and take them to the morgue and prepare them for funerals. He wants to get out of this town, but he's stuck there. And he gets picked on by these bullies. And one day, these bullies die in a car accident, a freak car accident, with this weird gas thing around too, like this, not toxic spill, but kind of some kind of weird thing. And then later on, when they put lightning strikes and the bullies come back to life as zombies, and they hunt down the guy who they bullied. So it's Scott Grimes dealing with the zombies versions of these bullies. And like, if you look up the trailer, it's a pretty good film, underrated film. Again, wish I had a DVD or Blu-ray. But get back to this. Scott Grimes, I thought, did a really good job. Nice to see him as the full lead of the movie. Leanne Curtis plays the love interest. I thought she did fine. Don Opper returns as Charlie. So does Terrence Mann as Ugg. Barry Corbin plays the... He plays the character that M. Emmett Walsh played in the first movie, but M. Emmett Walsh didn't want to do it, a sequel. And M. Emmett Walsh did fine in the first one. I actually like Barry Corbin more, but I liked his demeanor. I liked some of his lines. This town voted me out in a landslide. This town can kiss my ass. That's my favorite line reading in the movie. Just anytime I think of the phrase "kiss my ass," it's that line reading by Barry Corbin. He just delivers like perfectly. This town can kiss my ass. I fucking love that. This movie does have a sense of humor to it, maybe a little bit more broader than the first film, but I still got a lot of entertainment out of it. It definitely had a bigger budget because there's a lot more critters in this. They really do take over this town of Grover's Bend, and they're going over the town. They're going on telephone lines. I love the idea that they get together to make a bigger ball, which just to the finale, which I thought that was a fantastic idea. That you think, oh, we got him, and they turned into the gigantic ball of critters, and then the best death scene to me where it rolls over this poor schmuck, and then just reveals this pile of blood and bones still quivering in there. I mean, that's such a cool idea. I wish, well, they didn't have the budget in the other ones, but I wish someone would do that again. But maybe like with a bigger body count, that'd be really cool. I love that idea. I thought the cast did a great job. Uh, let's see. Terrence Mann, it was nice to see him back as the bounty hunter. Don Opper, I like that they gave him a little bit more. The show that he wasn't at the same place he was in the first movie, that he feels like he has a purpose now. He wants to be a bounty hunter like these guys are. I really like the music by Nicholas Pike. I would say it's my favorite score. Especially the sweeter moments. I thought it was a really effective score. Really good one. And I would try to emulate it, but I would fuck it up. Like when Scott Grimes is looking at a picture of him and Charlie. Granted, I don't know who the fuck took the picture. Just as a picture from the first movie, and no one was shooting a camera during that scene at the beginning of the first movie. I guess the invisible fucking man or a ghost took it. More like a person on set took it and said, let's use it. But it doesn't make sense story-wise. Oh, who cares? But again, when you watch the film again, it's like, who took this picture from the first movie? But when he's looking at it, it's like, Charlie, where did you go? Like that, the music that plays during that scene, which plays in other moments, I thought it was really sweet. And probably my favorite piece of score of all the Critters movies. I also like the main score that plays in the opening credits and the end credits. That jingle, the hungry heifer, we won't give you a bum steer. It's catchy. You have crazy stuff that they got away with the PG-13, like the death scene of the old guy. He was one of the first guys who gets, I think the first guy who gets killed, and you have like the babies on him. There's a moment where it gets his foot, and it comes off, and there's like the toes are missing. It's like, ew. And then when Scott Grimes finds the dead body, it's pretty bloody. And then when the bounty hunters arrive, and one of them becomes a Playboy playmate with titties hanging out, I'm like, this is a PG-13 film. It has a lot of titties. Titties, I say. Titties. And I guess they got away with it, from what I understand from the making of and the documentary and the commentary, is because there's no sexual intonation. Because there's no sexual things about it. Like sucking on them, sex, talking about wanting to have sex with whatever. Then it was okay. You know, the MPA doesn't make sense, but whatever. But it's like you get away with that. It goes at a very fast pace. Again, under 90 minutes, which I think all these are pretty much under 90 minutes. It says, my favorite score of the four. You have a lot more critter action from the Kyoto brothers, which is nice to see. And it also has some grisly moments too, like the death scenes. Like I said, the poor guy just rolled over by the critter ball. Or the scene where one of the bounty hunters gets killed. And then Terrence Mann sees it and freaks out and goes back to his faceless form. And then I thought this was an interesting idea that he's a shapeshifter. There's a point where he does shapeshift into a critter. I thought that was a cool idea. I think it was one of those, I should have seen that coming, of course, but I didn't when I first saw this way back when. And I'm like, oh, that's clever. Mick Garris, I think it's the best film he's directed. I'm not a big fan of Sleepwalkers. I know there's a Blu-ray, but I'm not paying $30 to give that film another shot. Sorry. The Stand, I do like. That's me. I remember seeing that when it premiered. The ending, I know it's the novel's ending, but still, like this, I still have issues with it. Sue me. But yeah, of the films he directed, this is my favorite. And it's sad that this film bombed and bombed badly when it came out. This was 1988, the year of a lot of great sequels. Rambo 3, which I fucking love. You got Elm Street 4, which is my favorite Elm Street film. Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood, which is one of my favorite Friday the 13th films. Phantasm 2, which is my favorite Phantasm film. Ghoulies 2, which I like. And Critters 2, which is my favorite of the four. So, all those other films I reviewed on this channel. It's a good year for sequels, as well as remakes, like the Blob remake from 1988. Like I said, the Blob remake I love to death. I reviewed that multiple times on here too. That's a movie that deserves a documentary, the Blob remake. But yeah, I did a Blu-ray review of these. But it was nice that there was an over hour-long documentary. It shocked the hell out of me, but in a good way. Like I said, I like the idea it takes place on Easter. No sequel bait ending. So, did you need Critters 3 and 4? No, but I thought, they were harmless. But, they didn't end on a sequel bait, which was nice. They ended on a sweet note. And just a very entertaining film. The humor worked. I like the critter that tries to bite the tire and it inflates and then gets squished. The bounty hunter's kicking ass and the hungry heifer restaurant. Eddie Deason. Gotta mention Eddie Deason. If you don't know him, look him up. He was in 1941. He's been in other stuff too. He's just a one of a kind guy, I guess. He makes an appearance in this film, and the bounty hunter looks like him at one point. They even Don Opper like, no, please don't look like him, please. I thought it was a fun moment where the bounty hunter tries to look like Freddy Krueger because there's a Freddy Krueger standee. And Deborah's like, no. Don Opper's like, no, don't do that. Be the playmate again. So, very entertaining film. Very fun movie. I thought Mick Garris did a really good job. The Chiodo brothers, they were on point with their effects. Like I said, the cast they were fun. They were likable. And some memorable moments in the movie. The critter ball, the Easter bunny, titties. And it has some good features on it too. Like the commentary on Mick Garris is, I thought it was an interesting listen, and the documentary is pretty thorough. I wish Scott Grimes had gotten interviewed, but it is what it is. And it looked good on Blu-ray, so I don't have much to complain about. I really don't have any problems with Critters 2. I love the movie. Very fun film. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.